Aston Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1. Get in there, baby. Aston Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1. It was a solid performance from Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa had the better chances. Definitely, I'm really delighted as a Villa fan to see that after the game that we lost to Arsenal, we managed to bounce back. So it just shows you the confidence, the composure, the ability to put that behind us and just move on. So a really good, solid performance from the team. It was so nice to see that fluidity between changing the flow of the game, pressing high up and then catching the ball in the middle of the park and then just distributing it and holding the composure and the tempo of the game. I thought that was really well played from Villa's side. But let's dive a bit more into the details of what kind of happened on the park. It was quite a nice kickoff. I think it was a 20 to 3 kickoff UK time. Here by us, I can't even remember what time the kickoff was here in South Africa. But in any case, the kickoff was Saturday, the 3rd of January 2026. Like I said, 20 to 3 UK time at Villa Park. And the goal scorers, Ollie Watkins, John McGinn, getting two there, as well as Morgan Gibbs, white for Nottingham Forest. Hey, there was a time and a period in, I think, in any game, it normally happens that just the fact that if you give any opposition in, or if you give any team in the Premier League a sniff at goal, they are willing to capitalize and pounce all over this thing. Two goals is not enough anymore in the Premier League. Two goals is not enough. Where are the days gone when you had 1-0 or somebody scored a goal and you kind of knew that was game set. That was just how the game was going to pan out. You're not safe if you score one goal. You're not safe if you score two goals. In actual fact, in the Premier League, even if you score three goals, if you're leading by three, it seems to me that teams are able to come back. Look at what happened between Fulham and Liverpool. Sorry, I think was it Fulham and Liverpool or was it Fulham and not? Sorry. It was Fulham and Manchester City. I think it was fantastic game. That was also end to end. So yeah, anything can happen in the Premier League. So Watkins scoring at just before halftime. But I must be honest, I was so upset with Ollie Watkins. It was probably within the first 5 minutes when kickoff happened. There was a deflection that Morgan Rogers got his foot onto, and it kind of bounced into the 16 area close to the goalpost. And Ollie Watkins has this whole goalpost he's looking at, and he can choose any way to kick it. He kicks it straight at the goalkeeper. And I was just so disappointed with that. And I was thought, oh my word, what are we doing? Where is Watkins? What's happening to Watkins shooting, man? Did he have his shooting boots on wrong? Whatever the case may be. But then he obviously proved me wrong. He managed to pull off a stunner, man. He kind of just rocketed that Villa opener, typical Villa style. I see that Nottingham Forest didn't press high up. I thought that perhaps maybe, and look, it's not their type of game, that maybe Sean Dyche would have kind of looked at the Arsenal game and looked at the Manchester United game and said, if I press Villa into a potential mistake by pressing them high up, maybe we can kind of get away with something there. But they were happy to sit quite deep with a mid to low block. And I thought that that was not the best decision because Villa could have their way in every form possible. I mean, the second balls were just won by Villa. Villa was doing exceptionally well with just keeping that momentum going and that confidence and tempo going, playing exactly into Villa's hands. And the Nottingham Forest had the 4-2-3-1. I think they also went with that formation. And then I think they kind of went to that 4-3-3 look again with the three attackers up front. I think Hutchinson's shot towards goal in the first half. Look, he pulled it back nicely. He's got a nice, sweet left foot. I thought he could have done better with that. It wasn't a bad shot at all. Emmy was all over that. Maybe a bit higher, who knows? But what a good save by Emi Martinez. I think he also had a good game. And if you looked at the corner stats, not the corner stats, but if you look at the corners that took place, you could see that there was either some sort of training done with Emi Martinez over this past week or these past couple of days, or some detailed coaching regarding don't catch the ball in the area when there's a corner. The guys are putting pressure on you. Go and punch, go and hit this ball out. And I seen it happen twice, maybe three times, but twice. And it was refreshing to see that. That was nice to see, but it is still nervy when there's a corner. It's almost like they know we can target Emi Martinez when a corner is coming through. And there was a nice uh, uh, caveat of Kamara. Kamara, I think, had a fantastic game. You know what? We missed Kamara, man. What is Villa gonna do without Kamara? Man, he is a stopper, a a game changer. He can take guys out of the game so quick with his transition and change and drop off shoulder. And he does it so smoothly, so elegantly, so easy. And I think he's what an underrated player, man. Not by Villa fans, but man, this man is not spoken about enough. And I'm glad maybe because I want to be selfish and hold on to him for a long time. I love Kamara. I think Tillemans also had a very good game, very much in the game. He distributed the ball quite nicely, played some nice through balls, over the top balls as well. I think Cash was quite good in his role as well. You could see we were missing Cash in the Arsenal game. You could see what he just brings to the 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 typical Villa style of play down that right hand side. And I think it just gives the team a bit more confidence, with Matson far left and Cash far right, to kind of just distribute the ball, put it into those certain channels, and either bring it into the box or just bring it, slow down gameplay and bring it back in and just get Konsa and Lindelof just to push up a bit higher. And that was quite cool to see. And it's so nice to have Cash back and Kamara. They just need to avoid those yellow cards. Please, guys, if you ever watch this, or if you are going to watch it, or somebody famous that might be watching this, please just share it with these dudes just to ensure that they just keep calm, stay away from the yellows and obviously reds, because we need them in the game. I mean, they currently Villa, they the spine of what Villa is doing at the moment. Shots and shooting. So total shots, Villa 10 in total, and sorry, 11 in total, and 10 for Forest. Interesting stats. Forest didn't do bad at all in terms of the shots. In actual fact, I would argue that perhaps maybe they had the better chances. I stand to be corrected. I just need to refresh my mind where that's concerned. But Villa was a bit more clinical. So Aston Villa was definitely a bit more clinical in terms of, even though Forest had a higher volume of shots towards goal. And then Aston Villa dominating your possession of 73% versus Forest of 27%. So that speaks to the gameplay. When Villa controls the tempo with holding the ball in terms of that dominance, it's going to be very difficult for teams to take hold of the game and even take it to Villa. So that's going to be that was very interesting to see and very exciting as well, and a good confidence booster. And I think this is the 11th game that Villa is unbeaten at Villa Park. I need to just check the stats, but phenomenal. It just shows you how courageous and opportunist and tactical we get. We really play such a fluid type of football, calm, composed. We assert our dominance on the game at Villa Park, and that's great to see. And the crowd were always Villa Park is definitely always up for it. Supporters. Approximately, I think I'm looking at the XG. We're not worried about XG right now. XG out of the window where Villa's concerned. But I think the key takeaways here is the home dominance, which continues. And yes, I see that it is Villa's 11th consecutive home wins across all competitions, but a bit more clinical finishing, after which I thought was a bit worrying as the first half went on. We managed to finish our chances. And then the mistake by Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, also getting hurt in the process, looks like and injury, because he went off with a bit of tears. So that was concerning to see. But I don't know what he was thinking by coming out of his box so soon. I think the Forest defenders would have not maybe had McGinn covered, but they were there. There was threat, definitely threat, but he was there to they were there to kind of protect him to a certain degree. And McGinn being clinical, what a bender! If you look at the shot, the video of how McGinn takes the shot, and the shot curls around, going almost looking like it's going out and then comes back into the post. Beautiful shot. John McGinn doing the things for Aston Villa. And then ball control central success. Once again, speaking to Kamara, Tielemans, dictating the flow and the tempo of the game. High possession allowed by Villa to control the match tempo and probe for openings. Fantastic. Forest did pose a threat. I think they lacked a bit of consistency. Their goal showed their finishing quality, which obviously sustained the pressure. And once they got that first goal in, you could see they started to get excited and they started pushing and piling a bit more pressure on Villa. And then the midfield and chance creation, Villa's possession and passing ensured gradual pressure built into scoring positions. And once again, it's a controlled, typical Emery, composed type of game, which I love to see. I love to see that dominance that Villa asserts over their oppositions. But also fair play to Nottingham Forest. There were key moments in there where they could have turned the game around outside of the first goal. I mean, finishing one or two of their chances there, it's a different game altogether. So kudos to you for the Nottingham Forest guys for putting up a, which I think is a decent chance at Villa Park. And then I think that's the crux of it. Where to from here? Villa, look, as at the time of recording this video, Man City has not yet played against Chelsea, but Aston Villa is sitting currently second on the log. That just blows my mind. I'm so excited. We don't know what the season entails. 2026 can bring some big things for Aston Villa. I'm not saying we're going to win the league or the Europa or the FA Cup, but there's some positive union gathering and mindset mentality at Villa. Surely the lion is roaring properly at Villa Park. I'm telling you, Villa is doing some great things. And thank you very much for watching this channel. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. It helps this video go out and is able to be shared to a greater community for people who enjoy watching similar type of content. And on this road to success where Villa is concerned, let's share in this journey and memories. And as always, up the mighty Villa.